My former manager ruined my job at a beloved company, but I helped end his local tech career. The background. For decades, I dedicated my career to a prestigious tech company and steadily climbed the ranks from a newbie to a respected specialist known for handling complex security and emergency response projects. My expertise in resolving challenging issues and my ability to rally diverse teams made me a valuable asset across multiple divisions. One of my standout achievements was successfully managing a groundbreaking project that garnered international attention and industry acclaim. It was an exhilarating experience that showcased my skills and leadership. 2. The inept manager. However, the harmony within our team was disrupted when an incompetent manager, whom I'll refer to as inept manager, joined our division. Inept manager lacked knowledge in security, emergency response, and even our division's core functions. His management style was characterized by arrogance, a focus on appearances, and an aversion to disagreements or corrections. This hindered effective collaboration with other teams and often resulted in misinformation being shared. To my dismay, an inept manager specifically targeted me with hostility. His criticism was relentless, and he made sure to humiliate me in front of others. I couldn't understand the reason for his animosity, but I began to suspect that his actions were fueled by both sexism and ableism. He resented that, due to my seniority and disability, I had an office while the rest of the team worked in cubicles. His prejudice was palpable, and it was clear that he wanted to undermine me at every turn. 3. Facing adversity. As inept manager's hostility persisted, I decided to take action and approached HR to document his discriminatory behavior. Unfortunately, HR offered little support and urged me to find a way to get along with inept manager. Undeterred, I followed up with a written account of his bias and misogyny, ensuring that a record was kept of my concerns. Months later, during the company-wide layoffs, I found it difficult to secure another position within the company due to the ongoing downsizing. Consequently, I landed a new job at a different local tech company with a significant increase in salary. Recognizing the injustice I faced, I engaged an employment discrimination attorney to negotiate my departure from the company I had once hoped to retire from. Thanks to the documented evidence I had provided to HR, including corroborating testimonies from witnesses, the company had no grounds to contest my claims. They agreed to a settlement that included financial compensation in exchange for my agreement not to discuss the details publicly. As I signed the separation agreement, I discovered that it was my former executive vice president, the same person who had entrusted me with the critical project, who had approved it. I couldn't help but relish the thought of inept manager having to explain his actions to the executive team. 4. Justice served. A few months later, in a strange twist of fate, I received a message from a former security colleague who was conducting interviews at a new company. To my surprise, inept manager was among the candidates scheduled for an interview the following day. I couldn't resist sharing some insights into inept manager's character with my colleague, though I had to be careful due to legal restrictions. During the interview, inept manager's true colors emerged. He grew combative, lashed out in anger, and even yelled at my colleague. Needless to say, the interview did not go well for him. The company decided to blacklist him completely, ensuring he would never be considered for any role within their organization. Inept manager, unaware of my involvement, eventually moved to another region, joining a smaller company. It struck me that inept manager had underestimated my worth and failed to recognize the vast network of connections I had. Well, the protagonist faced discrimination and hostility from their former manager, inept manager, due to their gender and disability. Despite their efforts to address the issue with HR, no resolution was reached. The protagonist left the company, found a new job, and negotiated a favorable separation agreement. They later discovered inept manager interviewing for a management position at a tech company they had connections with. The protagonist warned the interviewer about inept manager's behavior, resulting in his blacklisting from the company. Inept manager later faced similar consequences at another company. The protagonist found satisfaction in witnessing inept manager's downfall, highlighting the importance of treating others with respect. And that concludes another riveting tale of ProRevenge. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content.